Hi, my name is Mr. Hahn. I am a fourth grade teacher here at Eastwood, and recently we just did a presentation for parents and students about the M-STEP test, and I wanted to create this video for those students and parents who couldn't make it, and this way you still get a preview of what this test might look like. This is a PowerPoint that was presented at the um, at the presentation, and it just goes over what is the M-STEP, when will it take place, what can my child expect, and how can I help my child. And so if you want to stop on these slides, you can just pause the video. That'll give you more time to read. I'm just going to summarize some of the stuff that's on here. Um, Basically, the M-STEP is the big test, and it's going to replace the MEP test. We're going to test mostly ELA and math. Some grade levels will do science and social studies as well. Um, the other big thing about the M-STEP is that this testing will be done using computers, which is actually kind of exciting because many of the students right now, all of the students at our school, they're used to taking tests on the computer. So I think this will be an easy transition for them, and they'll pick up on the little things of this test pretty easily. Um, the other nice thing is that this test is given in the spring instead of the fall, so there's no dealing with the summer slide and losing knowledge over the summer. Um, so you'll be tested in the spring, and so that tests the current year. When is it? Fifth grade's going to start off the testing in April 13th through May 1st, and fourth grade's testing window is going to be April 27th through May 15th, and then third grade's window is going to be May 18th through June 5th. So this is going to be really important that we have all of our students here during those testing windows so that we can keep the testing makeups to a minimum. What can my child expect? So this is what the test is going to be made up of. Everybody's going to have ELA and math. ELA is going to consist of reading, writing, and listening, and then we'll have a math test too. There's three parts to both ELA and math. They both have a computer test session, which is similar to what we do on the iReady, I would think. And then they will have a classroom activity. This classroom activity goes with the performance tasks. It's basically an introduction, and so it's a class discussion, and it's all scripted for us as teachers, so we know what to say. Everybody's saying the same thing, and then it just promotes discussion between the students, and it has to do with the performance task that they'll complete within the next 3 days. The performance task is then completed online using a computer. It'll consist of two parts, and we'll take a look a little bit at a performance task in this video, but you will definitely have the links to go check out these performance tasks. They're actually, you look at them and they're kind of intimidating at first, but I found this year with some of these samples that they're actually a lot of fun. And I tell my kids it's kind of like a puzzle, especially the math. The math performance test is kind of like a riddle, and it's really fun for them to work in groups to solve. They won't be able to do that on the test, but it's a real world situation too, so it connects to them and their life, and so they're big, they're they they're really in depth. They ask the kids to persevere, and but they're pretty cool, and I think the kids kind of like them. Um, these tests are going to also have science and social studies. Fourth grade is going to take the science test. These are just going to be multiple choice items given on the computer, and then also social studies, same thing for the 5th grade, but they're going to be the only grade levels that give anything extra than ELA and math at the 3rd through 5th level. So how can you help your child? The students are going to see various depth of knowledge questions. Some of the questions are going to be recall and reproduction. What things that they can remember from reading a story. There's probably not going to be a whole lot of these type of questions. They're going to move into skills and concepts, strategic thinking, and then the performance tasks. I definitely see them as extended thinking, where students are going to have to take information, especially in the ELA performance task, from multiple sources. They're asked to look at research articles and then apply that information into a new task. So they're going to be answering a few questions about those research articles, and then they're going to be writing a whole paper on them too, and it takes time. So these are the kinds of things that they'll see. This is just another example of depth of knowledge, another resource here. So if you want to take a look at this longer, just go ahead and pause the video. And then, how can I help my child? I'm going to visit some of these links. The Smarter Balance down here, Michigan was a part of the Smarter Balance Consortium, which means that they helped create the Smarter Balance test. So they have access to Smarter Balance content, whatever they wanted to use on the M-Step. So some of the questions that are going to be on the M-Step come from the Smarter Balanced assessment, and so these are great places to visit and see some different resources, practice test here. But this is the M-Steps practice test right here, this link, and so I'm going to take you to that right now just to get an idea of what it's going to look like. And then after that, we're also going to take a look at this link and this link too. This is going to show the performance tasks, so I'll show you where you can find those for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, even 6th grade and beyond. They have them too. So, and then we'll look at we'll probably look at this link too. This just has for students, and then there's a for teachers page. The for students page has some great little activities and kind of tells the kids about what the M-Step is going to be. It has a mouse activity that makes them click links and stuff like that too. So I'm going to go back to this. I just did this with my students today. We only did 3 questions, but this link I had to make sure that didn't pause. This link has sample item sets, and then they have these grade levels here too. So I'm going to go to grade 4 just because that's what we teach. I'm going to select mathematics. English language arts is very similar to this. You have to do the sign in. So the username and password are right up here, and it's math for SAMP and test 1, 2, 3, 4. And then after you sign in, it goes through a bunch of different stuff. This stuff's not as important right now. You have to click the link to get in. Make sure you can see the circles, and it just goes over what you'll see on the test. I'm going to highlight some of these things. I'm going to go over the tools that are available, and then if you want to see the questions, I'll let you do this on your own. This is just a sample of one of the questions. There's 6 questions for the 4th grade on the sample. The pointer, that's how you're going to click your answer. So a pencil will show up, it'll shade in. You can click it again and it'll go away. If you know something's not right, it's definitely not D, you can cross it off. You can highlight. So one of the things my kids do with word problems, they follow a flow map. They have to underline the question. They have to circle important numbers and information. So maybe they're going to circle this, and instead of circling, they're going to highlight. So they can highlight the numbers. This is an important word for this. How are they different? Values, another important word, so we'd highlight that. Another thing I showed my kids, if I could just go to the next one, the next question. I'm going to just click next, and then, so I can skip questions. We're under that impression that we can skip question. One thing we did today was, if we want to underline the question, we can highlight it. And then usually we circle important numbers and information, so I can get a sticky note out. Just put it anywhere. You can move this. If I want to give or write down some of these words that are important, we can write down 6 students. She has 52 cards total. And we can write more and more down for that as well. You can zoom this, so if you need to make it bigger, that's fine too. And then you'll scroll over. I don't know if you can see the scroll at the bottom of the screen, but you can scroll this over and then scroll up and down. So you have the option to magnify 1.5 times or 2, so it's even bigger. Take that off. And then the last thing is the line guide. You can use it to read. There's a little blue box over here that'll drag it up and down. So if you're reading the top line, that tells you where to be, and so you can use that as a tool to read. These buttons down here, you can pause, you can flag a question. So I just flagged this question. If I go to the end of the test, you can see question 2 is flagged. If I go return to questions and I just pick here, review and end again, this shows that I completed this question. It's shaded gray. The rest of these are shaded white. I did not complete these questions. I flagged this, so if it might be a reminder to go back to that question, but you can return to the questions. One thing I think is going to be important is kids are going to need to check this out, and I think the teachers are going to need to check this out before they end the test, because they can end this test with blanks. So I'm going to get out of this. I'd like to take you real quick before we run out of time to the M-Step performance tasks. If you just search M-Step performance tasks, it'll come up. Right, the first link takes you exactly to the page. Also the link in the PowerPoint will take you there. These are where you would find performance tasks. So math is at the top. There's a classroom activity. So this will be the link to that. And then the mathematics performance task. This is a student page, this is the teacher page. ELA is all one, and so that has a lot of writing. And so I kind of had a description for that as well earlier. And so these are the different places you can go. My video is telling me I'm about out of time, so I'm going to wrap that up. I will add the links for places for you to visit that are going to be helpful. This performance test site, also the practice test, and I will give you the link to the mouse activity for students too. So all the links that are in the PowerPoint, actually, I'll just put them out there along with this video. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this was helpful, and obviously if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call the school, and you can talk to any one of us teachers, I'm sure. So thanks a lot for watching.